You said you wrote down something?
I wanted to...
Wrote down a placeholder.
I
We went to
want
break.
to speak on something, but I have to do this in a certain way.
What?
So this is a long, drawn-out thing to talk to about a specific topic.
Okay.
Improvise real quick. Give us a topic. Let's see if we can, spiderweb it.
Child molestation.
Okay. All right. So we just drove right into that. Is it wrong?
Let's argue morals on child molestation.
Yeah.
So...
All right. Are you gonna play the victim?
Hey, Daddy. All right, so you guys know, but the world may not. I am a very strict constitutionalist. Like, even the parts that I don't like in the Constitution, without it, you don't have one.
Do you have a smooth bore rifle?
I may.
I don't think you have
For
it the way the
example,
founding fathers intended.
This might be kind of funny. I don't believe in the 19th Amendment, and I don't believe in the 25th Amendment. All right. The 19th Amendment is the women's right to vote. I don't believe in it.
No.
But not...
That suffrage, they should have actually been stay suffering.
But not because of women's right to vote. Is because nowhere in the Constitution or the Bill of Rights does it say a woman cannot.
Yeah.
So why are we writing it so that this specific group of people can?
It doesn't say that men can either.
It's right. It's
We have to voluntarily elect ourselves for the draft in order to vote. We actually don't possess the right to vote. We have to sign away our specific rights in order to vote.
So it's not against women voting. It's just that why is that even in there? It shouldn't even be there. It's obvious.
You think it's like a Me Too thing?
This
This is what they were doing back in the day. They were just like, ooh, Me Too.
Dude, all these things
You don't
come
give
in
us
cycles.
recognition.
All of these things come in cycles. If you look at every single, whether it be civil rights movement, feminist movement, look back 60 years. When you go there, look back 60 years before that.
So when are
You
we
go there,
killing
look-
40% of Europe again?
I'm hoping soon. And then the 25th Amendment, removing a president. I don't. It's like everybody tried to do the 25th Amendment on Trump, and now you got this guy. Nobody's saying anything about the 25th Amendment. But that being said, I don't think it was a secret that this guy's bonkers. Mm-hmm. He's been bonkers for a long time.
Yeah.
So I just feel that it is the people's responsibility to know who they're voting for. And if that's who you vote for, that's who you get. So I don't think that Congress has the right to go and judge who is mentally competent.
Yeah.
I feel that that's on the heirs of the voters. And you guys had your chance, and now you got some guy wandering around looking for ice cream in the White House. So you made your bed lying up, So even the parts of the Constitution that I don't agree with, I understand that that's the Constitution. You swear allegiance to it or you don't. You can't cherry pick it. The minute you cherry pick it, you don't have it.
Yeah.
And then one day, I came across a thing, and it just like light bulb kind of thing. And we have our positions on chomos. Mm. They're kind of pieces of shit, you know?
Not kind of.
Yeah. They should, those big dummy, like bags that are in jiu-jitsu rooms where just people lay on top of them.
Yeah.
I think that's what you could do with them. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Like
That should be their draft.
Like that. It's like a requirement.
Yeah, you're a jiu-jitsu.
You do
punching
this.
bag.
You do this. This is what happens.
Yeah, if you want to be part of MAPS, then that's what you got to do. It's got to be 14 weeks of that. It's like your boot camp for MAPS.
What's MAPS?
Minor attracted persons.
Oh, damn, that's weird. But
I think the fucking audacity to make a politically correct terminology for being a pedophile.
No, the
That's just
audacity
weird.
to give it an acronym.
Yeah.
giving it space to have an acronym.
Yeah. Well, people are calling pedophiles PDFs now.
Yeah, but they tried to make different terms for it because it was like pedophiles and sexual offenders. It's pretty offensive. It's like, yeah, so is the sex you forced on somebody. it's pretty fucking offensive. Like, so.
But I noticed myself doing something one day. I was listening to the radio, and there was a teacher in a very well-established area of town.
Is it in California?
No, it's here. It's in Florida. This was a long time ago. But it's one of these schools that if you aren't a certain caliber of teacher, you're fired. It's not like your average public school system where a shitty teacher can't be fired. This place, you can totally be fired. So it's a very high-rated school district. And this teacher gets arrested for having child porn on his computer. And I'm sure there's some weird, twisted reason for it that I just don't understand. But I just had the question is, why would you download it?
Yeah.
You know, I know that there's a difference between a smart person and a dumb person.
Well,
But
the only reason why I would say somebody would download it is because you can't find it on the internet.
You found that?
Well, it's probably sent to them.
No,
You can't just look up child pornography.
I don't know.
There's some websites that are actually under some kind of indictments. The AI nude generators. People have been able to put pictures of children in there, and they've been selling AI nude art of kids.
This is weird. It's sick, dude.
Yeah.
I think if you were 3 years younger than somebody, you're a child molester. That's my extreme. I'm an extremist with it.
Yeah, that's definitely a debate.
That's
have
extra.
later.
It's
Yeah.
extra.
Oh, yeah, extra.
But I noticed something that remember when the Me Too thing happened? People were like, "Believe all women." And I'm like, dude, I know way too many. I know way too many bitches that are lying.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry. I'll believe some women.
Yeah,
but
Audrey's hoes be trifling.
And as soon as you accuse somebody of raping a woman, they're guilty. And then I noticed I was doing the same thing with child molesters. Because they would come on the news, so-and-so's accused of child molestation. I'm like, fucking burn that piece of shit, kick the shit out of him. I haven't seen one piece of evidence.
Yeah.
And it just dawned on me that I'm adjudicating these people guilty before I even know their name. So I damn sure don't even know their case. I don't know the accusations. This guy says he's a child molester. And so facto, this guy needs to burn, decapitate this motherfucker, you know, and use him as fertilizer in a Chaz garden.
That's a good expression.
But my Constitution has very clear things for these. You are innocent in this country until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt by a jury of your peers.
Yeah.
And I was giving these people none of that. And I realized that that is one thing that you could accuse somebody over to turn the entire world against them without one shred of evidence. You just need to make the accusation.
Yeah.
And the problem is now is that when you like, hey man, let's just wait until we figure out what's going on, people almost look at you like, dude, what's up with this guy?
Yeah, what do you want to fuck kids too,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, you're a sympathizer,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Oh, so you're saying like just the very fact that now you're not wanting to placate to the whole fucking ostracized
because you're not
they
jumping
claim
in
it.
on the group. Just like, hey,
Yeah.
come beat this guy's ass. What did he do? The fuck?
That's what it's like. I've tried.
Fuck you mean what the fuck?
I've tried to talk to some people about it.
That's a perfect example.
That's exactly what I get
Yeah.
when I'm talking to people. It's like as soon as I say kind of my position on it, the look on them is like, what? Like, what's on your phone? You know what I mean, or some shit like that.
No, that's a good point.
And it's just, and I am just as disgusted as these people than probably most people. I think hellfire needs to come on these people. You know what I mean?
Burn them from the fingertips.
Dude, this should. I won't even. I think because when these guys go to prison, they're put in protection because they're gonna die in prison. And I say, why, dude? This dude just fucked a kid. Why are we protecting him? Put him in there with the rest of them.
I've come with a new term.
Oh wait, hold on. Before you say that, you're talking about you told me about this before, where they were doing with these chomos that are in prison. They like solitary confinement shit, right?
Yeah. They put them in protection to where they're in there with other child molesters and like witnesses, like snitches and shit.
So they can like share collages or.
No, because if they're in general population, buddy, you are a target like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, see, I've come up with a new term for it. I don't think it's called anal raping or anything. I think it's called. They just need. They get ass fucked. This ass fucking, I think, is a proper term.
Ass fucking.
It's so derogatory.
Yeah, because like anal rape, it's like you're just kind of doing it, you know. Like, but ass fucking is like
This is consensual.
that's two hands on their hips. Like
This is like you made me do this.
Yeah.
that's like one hand mid hip and one hand back of neck. Like
Yeah.
that's ass fucking, and I think that's what they get.
Like almost in the fucking crouching tiger stance.
Yeah, like he's on the
visuals.
like he's on the prowl.
Some things you can't like not see. You know?
Yeah, you got the victim holding the bedpost.
All right, that's enough. It's getting too deep. These pictures are starting to go in color. Huh?
That's what he said too.
But I noticed that just the way, the response I was getting from people from trying to articulate just an honest thought about it, and you kind of end up feeling like these people are judging you crazy. And the only thing I'm saying is like, dude, this dude, you want the world to burn this guy, but if somebody accused you of this, you would demand everybody to examine this honestly.
Give you the benefit of the doubt.
It's like, let me tell you something.
It's the one thing, like benefit of the doubt is the one thing. Benefit of the doubt is the one thing that everybody wants, but they are unwilling to give it to someone else.
Yeah.
You know, and I just see the results of an accusation like that. It literally turns the entire world against you. It doesn't matter who you are, the things you've accomplished. You will die a child molester.
We have a guy like that in our town.
Really?
Yeah.
And you probably don't know anything about his case, but you drive past him and well, okay. I have to put in that spiel before I go into this next part. So now that I've laid a foundation for this.
Yeah.
I do not play video games. I do not watch people play video games. It's not my realm. But even I have heard of a guy named DrDisrespect. And I have not done that much research into this, but the things that I have read on his statements, there has been nothing done. He did nothing other than say some things that you probably shouldn't say. Now, you may, like earlier in our discussion, you can argue morals with the guy or whatever, but it's the one thing, again, the benefit of the doubt is the one thing everybody's not willing to give to another person. The reality is this guy did nothing wrong. Now, somebody may argue his moral compass in it, but the reality is you're putting labels on this guy for something he literally did not do. There has been not one case brought against this guy. Not one legal argument has been brought towards this guy. I think he paid a civil suit for hurting some young cunt's feelings that's trying to talk shit with him. Apparently she can say provocative shit, but he can't. And I just wish that some of the other people would get just as much scrutiny. The guy did not do anything wrong, unless you're arguing morals, you know? But this guy has just been like, the shit people say about this guy. Like, there are literally people that take children, rape them, and throw them in bushes, or sell them to someone else to them rape them. So when you call somebody a child molester, maybe this is just my own way of thinking, but if you say a child molester, I'm going to assume you had sexual relations with a child.
Yeah.
That's
if you're a child fondler, it is a different thing. You're still an absolute sex
for
shit,
you to compare this guy who did nothing other than verbalize some shit to the same guy that would rape a child, that is preposterous to me. And this guy's career, I'm pretty sure, because he doesn't seem like a fucking dumb guy. He seems very fucking intelligent. So he's probably made his money already, but he can't. When you watch any of his content, the little content that I've watched, it's not that it doesn't look like he does it for money. He looks like he just enjoys doing that shit. And so now these people have taken him out of something he enjoys, and you're making this guy out to be like some fucking child molester that he's not. And I don't want to sound like I don't give a shit, but it's like at some point one day those accusations are going to come to you, and I don't think you're going to fucking like it. And I guarantee you're going to be begging for the one thing you didn't give this dude, and that's benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, most people don't think it's going to ever happen to them, but the person that's having it happen to them also thought the same thing.
Yeah.
And they probably did the same thing the other people are doing.
And I'm sorry, man. I've seen enough bitches lie through their fucking teeth, dude. And so it's just in my realm, man. I don't believe anything people say to me. You need to prove what you're saying. You aren't just going to sit there and say, hey, this guy sucks because he did this to so-and-so. Well, show me the proof. You know?
Yeah.
You aren't going to sit here and make me dislike somebody because you don't fucking like him. Tell me why you don't like him, then I'll decide that shit.
So to further kind of stamp on the point that you've been trying to make is to always give the dude the benefit of the doubt, because he is innocent until proven guilty.
In this country.
Right. This whole point you were talking, I was trying to find the fucking messages, and
Those are sealed.
They're actually sealed.
I mean,
they might be part of an NDA because they paid
there's
a lady
probably some
money.
video I might be able to find where, because I think there's this YouTuber that is named Osmongold or whatever the fuck. He did a video on it, and I think he actually showed the messages at the time that were, out. But if we take a look at his X post of DrDisrespect, he has this lengthy message about the Twitch ban, and anybody can go look it up. It's still out there. He still has it up. But there was a paragraph that I like to pull it from because I think it actually provides a lot of important context to the whole situation, where he talks about where he even answers the question. It says, were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. Obviously, he will denounce that, of course, even if he's lying. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear. It was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against him. If there was something that they can get on this dude, they would have fucking done it. That minor or whoever he was talking to would have already have had a shit ton of money. He would have been in the jail.
From a moral standpoint, I'll take responsibility. The dude's just being a dude here. And nobody knows what the actual verbiage was in any of this shit. Nobody knows jack shit. But the minute somebody says minor, it's, this guy's a fucking chomo, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And it's
he never even met the individual.
Whenever it could have been a 17-year-old chick.
Yeah. He even said nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed.
No criminal case.
I never even met the individual.
It almost seems like that Michael Jackson shit, man. Like All right, so Michael Jackson was supposedly a chomo, right?
Yeah.
Don't know. Never seen any evidence on it. But yeah, all right, so you don't know if Michael Jackson is a pervert.
Nope.
Would you let your boy go and stay the weekend with him?
Well, I don't know him, so no.
It seems like people were sending their kids there to get a lawsuit.
Yeah.
On an
Who's the
outsider's
person that needs to
perspective.
be investigated more? The parents who are willingly sending their kid to a child molester's house and then agreeing to a cash settlement?
Yeah.
Or
Well, you know that Home Alone kid was at Michael Jackson's house at one point.
it's like chumming waters and getting pissed off at sharks.
I mean, the thing is,
fuck?
he's actually talked about it. Him going over there to Michael Jackson's house.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, obviously, you know, he could just be not saying anything because either it could be, it's probably too hard on him or whatever. Like, he probably just doesn't want to talk about it. But he talks about how there was literally a whole room just for kids. Like there was slides, fucking ball pits and shit like that, where it's just a bunch of kids that just had fun at his house.
Yeah.
You know, and
be
they just
honest
stayed
with you.
over.
I'll be honest with you. I see it from a perspective. If anybody knows the history, the childhood of Michael Jackson with the Jackson 5 and shit like that, what his family put him through, he never exactly had what anyone would consider an orthodox childhood. And
Yeah, maybe he was giving shit back,
He
yeah.
even opens up to say how miserable it was whenever he was a child. But I mean, he would never turn back anything that he has. But I mean, it's like we talk about morbidity. A child that is raised with never knowing the importance of a life will very much struggle to understand the common perception of it versus a child who has never had an orthodox childhood like other people had. What he thought would be good is just like, I think what I would have wanted as a kid is I would have wanted a big ass bed. I would have wanted a million fucking toys. I would have wanted milk and cookies. I would have wanted all this shit. It's just unfortunately whenever it's somebody that isn't the parent that's doing stuff like that, it comes off as weird, strange. Even me, I'd be taking it back. I'd be uncomfortable as fuck with another grown ass man like who's got a specific room just for my child and stuff like that, and is feeding him milk and cookies in bed and shit. Like, don't be wrong.
Yeah, I do
it's
think-
weird.
But if
It's weird
that
as fuck,
odd-
but
if it's that
weird.
odd to you, why are you sending your kids there?
then I just,
Yeah.
if I was not okay with that, then I would just simply
Exactly.
not bring them there.
Like,
but
why? I just don't. It's just weird to me that you would bring your child over to some famous guy's house and just leave them there.
Yeah,
Because
to me,
he has
it
a
looks like
fucking
you're fishing
playset.
for a lawsuit.
Yeah.
And clearly, because something else I've learned with lawsuits is just because somebody pays you money doesn't mean that something's right. Sometimes it's just cheaper
yeah.
to just
I
pay
can-
you money
I can
and
do
you
this
fuck
for
off.
years and years and
Yeah.
years, or I could just give you this money and have you get the fuck out of
Just
my
get the
face.
fuck out of my face. Yeah, man, I just don't buy it, man.
I don't see any evidence.
Yeah,
I mean,
granted, I will say I don't
I'm
know
speaking
how
out of my ass because I never really did any research on it. But
Me neither. I
the
haven't
little bit
looked
that I
into it.
have done,
I can tell you
I
if
didn't
the
really see
evidence
anything.
was there, that's all you would hear.
oh yeah,
Yeah, or he would be in prison.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong,
it wouldn't be a
I don't-
conspiracy.
No.
I don't know how
a whole fucking
you
conspiracy.
actually prove rape. You know, I feel bad for anybody that has ever been raped, but the problem I think rape victims have is all the people that claim they were,
Yeah.
and it just
the false
completely
reports.
ruins it for somebody that's real victims. And this guy, he's not even being accused of doing any of it, but it's people's knee-jerk reaction that's labeling this guy like this.
Yeah,
And I think it needs to go back on. You know what I mean? It's like, how would you fucking feel if somebody just plastered that shit about you all over the fucking internet?
yeah.
You know, it's like,
I say what we do is we just, we call it, what do you think, Gaslight Tuesdays, where we just pick a random dude on the internet and just be like, yeah, this guy slept with my 4-year-old daughter.
yeah,
Just-
that's take random comments from Dr. Disrespect, all the people that's called him a chomo, And every single one of those people that's called him a chomo start accusing them of being a chomo on the internet.
Yeah.
Let them feel what it's like a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
It's just you don't ever come back from that. Mm-hmm. You know,
because in the post that he made, he talks about how he's going to take a vacation with his wife and kids. Like, they're just going to get away for a while. And I guarantee you, when this motherfucker comes back, that's all his fucking comments are going to be. You know,
it's already started. So, not a second, but an hour or two after he put that post, Activision, like the people who make Call of Duty, removed his character bundle from the store.
Oh yeah.
They canceled
these guys got some lawsuits coming.
They canceled the line of controllers and stuff like that. G Fuel stopped merch with him. His gaming studios, they cut ties with him. Apparently he did that one on good terms because he didn't want anything like this affecting the people, like the brand that he brought up. So he separated himself. He did that before they even announced it. But
the defamation lawsuits that are coming is going to make Johnny Depp look broke.
Yeah, because
the shit that they did to Johnny Depp with the whole Amber Heard thing, none of that even fucking happened, and he lost so much shit.
Fortnite,
so many deals. Either.
Fortnite deleted his character and deleted his content supporter creator code, like so people could use that, and then people who spent stuff in the game, and he would get dividends off of it. They removed that, so he no longer earns money off of that. YouTube demonetized him. So he no longer makes money off of his streams or anything like that.
Dude, I'd lure him up and I'd just sue the living fuck out of everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's cool.
He
that
already,
could be what
and
he's doing.
I would start with Twitch because they're the ones who released an NDA.
Well, it was an ex-employee who technically wasn't governed by it anymore. He didn't disclose any
NDAs don't only last while you work there. A lot of NDAs go on.
All this stuff happened. This is over about 7 years ago now.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
So NDAs typically last about 5 to 7 years.
5 to 7 years after employment.
Yeah. So I don't know how long he was.
Either way.
That whole Twitch thing
of character
happened in 2017. He's been on YouTube ever since.
Defamation of character is one of the hardest lawsuits to win because it's hard to show a financial loss. But you can clearly see a financial loss with this. Mm-hmm. That's why normal people don't. It's very hard to get a defamation lawsuit. But any celebrity status person, like Johnny Depp, for example, he lost millions of dollars because of those accusations.
Yeah,
hundreds of millions of dollars.
You know, and
probably tens of millions.
DrDisrespect, it looked at. I don't know jack shit about him, but I'm pretty sure he was on the way. Say if he did 20 years in this space, hundreds of millions of dollars probably.
Yeah, he's a multimillionaire. He is a very wealthy man.
Yeah.
He has a pretty badass Lamborghini Diablo, like a collector's edition, like a 1 of 50. Like he's got money, dude. He's got some serious money.
I just want to. I mean, it's pointless because anybody that just would accuse somebody of that kind of shit, well, they never think it would be them anyway. And maybe it needs to happen to them, just so they kind of see what, kind of get your own point just put out there, you know. Mm-hmm. So they're just, I get it, but at the same time, you kind of just a shitbag, dude.
Yeah.